Hi everybody, my name's Paul Murphy and I've got a passion for hats. Today we've got a parcel arrived and I'm expecting a particular hat from Lock & Co actually. So let's undo it and see whether this is the one I've been expecting. I've been looking for a long time for a brown Lock & Co trilby, I guess I would call it, rather than a fedora hat. And I found one. I was very lucky. And do you know when somebody puts up an advert on a bidding site and they've got the timing so that the actual advert finishes when, or the auction rather, finishes when people are at work? Well, that happened. And I was the only bidder on this particular hat. And I can't believe that was the case, but it certainly was the case. And to my benefit, I've got a Lock & Co hat, but let's hope this is the one. Here, almost there, opening it up. It's been nicely packaged, which is great. So let's have a look. Okay, right, there we go. And it's always good to see how people, or interesting to see how people have packaged it, but this one is a plastic bag, and I think, yeah, there we are, there's the hat, and great. Ooh, that's nice. So this one, as you can see, is a really nice hat. I don't think it's that old actually, looking at the lining and the printing inside. Let me just hold it up to the camera here, and you can see it's really in nice condition. It's my size too, it's a 60, which is marvellous. And I wonder if it's got, oh, it has got the label in it, and it's a sable colour, and it's a Madison, and I believe that's a current model. So I'm going to take it through to the hat room and give it a bit of a clean up and freshen up, and yeah, take you through how it looks when I've done that. See you in a few moments. So I've got the Lock & Co hat in the hat room here, and done a little bit of research on this. It's the Madison. It's a rabbit fur, and it's a current model. Believe it or not, this is a £475 current model hat that I've bought on an auction site for well under £100. Now that's fantastic value. The hat has been hardly used, and we're just going to give it a bit of a freshen up at the moment. Just to have a look at the dimensions on the hat, we've got a brim size of 5 centimetres. A front of the crown is 11 centimetres, and the rear is 10 centimetres. So just raking back very nicely and slightly. The actual grosgrain is quite a wide grosgrain. It's 38 millimetres, so it's in line with the current sort of grosgrain I've been buying and refurbishing one or two of the hats with. It's a really nice soft material, this. So I'm going to start out first of all by just taking off the bits of dust, and some of you may have seen me do that with tape before now. So we just take a nice bigger piece of tape and just wrap it around your hand a couple of times. Very straightforward and easy to do. Try not to get tangled up in the sticky. It's easy to do. And then all we're doing is, I've got a hat block here, so I can just push the hat down and in fact take out the indentations, and then just pat the hat over. So we're just getting off the dust and any loose lint marks that and pieces that might be on the hat. It's amazing how it changes colour, because of course dust is much more of a sort of grey, well, tends to be a grey colour, I guess. So probably see it's already coming off. I'm going to give a bit of a go rounds on the inside here. This doesn't need too much, to be fair. It's in pretty nice condition. So that's that bit there, and this bit here done rather nicely. And what I'm going to do now is put it back on the stand and go through the brushing regime. Now, I always say it's well worth investing in a good brush. And I've got two here. One, this is what I call the sort of everyday finishing brush, if you like. It's a nice soft horsehair type brush, and it goes round anti-clockwise with the hat. And with this shaped piece here, you can go nicely around the crown, which is great. This is a bit more aggressive, I suppose. It's a very stiff side on there and a medium stiffness on there. On this hat, I'm only going to use the medium stiffness because it doesn't seem to actually have had much in the way of wear, which is fabulous for me. So we just go anti-clockwise, we're going all the way around the brim, and then we're going to go all the way around the crown. Start off here. I can feel, I can smell the dust coming out, although there's not a lot on here. I can see that there is some on here. Here we go. May well be that this has just been stored a little while, been worn and stored, and just a very small amount of dust on it. Fantastic. And then on the inside, again, just brush it around. Doesn't take much, unless of course there's some obvious wear and tear. What I do on some of the older ones is I use some sandpaper, some very, very fine sort of 1500 to 2000 sandpaper, just to smooth off any bits that are quite stubborn. But this one doesn't have any of that, so I won't be using that on this. So I will carry on, give it a further brush. Let's come around here. Oops, there's some marks on there. There we are. Here. Okay, what I'm going to do now is put some steam on the hat, and that helps release the fibres, because of course on these felts the fibre is actually locking together, and it's when you put heat and water in it, it opens up. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the fibres, we're going to let it breathe, and then we're going to reshape it, and as it cools down it will lock back into that shape. So here's our trusty steam iron. Let's see what goes. There we are. I love it when a good drop of steam goes on the hat. It really does lift it. You know, the colour comes out, the feel of the felt comes back, and it just feels like a new hat again, to be fair. And this one, wow, look at that. It just pops straight back in. No real difficulty in putting the shape in this hat. It's just a cracker. And now and then I get the chance to go to the races. My daughter and son-in-law have got a couple of race horses, so very lucky to be invited along to the race course. And this will be an ideal hat for one of those days. Now that's looking pretty good. I don't have to do a great deal more to that. So on the inside, I'm going to put some steam just to freshen it up really, and then around the leather hat band there, we're going to put some leather cleaner just to clean off any of the body fluids that may well be left on the hat. So the steam gives it a bit of a clean. We've got a bit of a white round. There's really not anything in this hat that concerns me. In fact, you can probably see that the label is in great condition in there, and inside And some of you have never seen this before. If you lift back the leather sweatband, you'll see that there's a label. And sure enough, there is this label in here. And it's got on there that it's the Madison. It's a sable colour and it's size 60. So very nice. Somebody's already put some sizing, what is it? Foam in here, just to nip the sides and get it tight as a hat. And it just so happens that it fits perfectly for myself. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Let's give that a wipe round. I'm only using, this is a mixture of leather cleaner that I use in the leather seats in the car, to be frank. I just mix it up, put some water with it and put it in the bottle. It stays and keeps fresh for a reasonable amount of time. So to be fair, I don't have to worry too much about it. Just put it on a rag and then just wipe it around the leather sweatband. And there we are. There's very little in the way of anything to be concerned of there. That's all come out lovely. I think this will be one that I'll keep, actually. Really, really chuffed with this. So let's give it a freshen up. Now I like to put the brim up and get it shaped so that it's got a nice front there. Now if it doesn't snap very well, these hats, and what I mean by snap is that the front comes down in a nice positive manner, then you can actually put stiffener onto the hat. Now I use this. Oh, where are we? There we are. I've got spray starch, which is my wife has been using around the home for years, and I just absolutely found a bottle, if you know what I mean, one day and used that. And the other thing I've got is some proper water-based stiffener. Now this is something that I don't tend to use very often, but when I do use it, you use it on the inside of the hat. So you take the liner out and you get yourself a brush and you stipple it. You stipple it into the material. There'll come a time when I'll need to use it, and I'll put it on a video and show you how to do it. But if you stipple it, let it dry out, and then it stiffens up the hat nicely. So that's the more sort of industrial level, I guess. Right, now that's settled down nicely. Yes, there's a little nice snap in the brim. Let's try it on. Oh, let's try it on. And there we are. Yeah, I think that's quite nice for a trilby. That's a very nice hat. Very pleased with that. So that's a Lock & Co Madison. It's quite a sort of mid-range hat, £475 new. Great hat as a second-hand buy. I mean, I'm an absolute convert as far as Lock & Co is concerned, and recommend their hats through and through. I'm very lucky to have half a dozen or more, and they are so comfortable to wear, so well made, beautiful material, you know, certainly worth looking out for one. If you've got a passion for hats, keep watching the channel. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.